Hey, everybody, I'm the Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS. Welcome to Open BxRx, another fantastic show. Coming up on today's show, we've got it going on for you. We'll speak to an author and philanthropist whose book is the #1 best-selling autobiography on Amazon. Then we'll highlight his personal highs and lows of a single father as he reflects on how he overcame adversity. Then we'll be joined by a couple who will speak about their business and how they are helping others develop wealth plans to gain financial flexibility. After that, we'll hear from a jazz musician, a fantastic artist whose latest album has experienced instant success on the music charts, and we'll find out why this is the most impactful project of her career. And finally, we'll get plugged into everything that a jazz saxophonist is doing and get a behind-the-scenes look. You want to check it out at his newest album release, Africa Rising. All of this and more, all headed your way. We're wide open. Here we go now. Hey, I'm the Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS. You're watching Open. It's that live interactive program that brings the Bronx and New York City straight to your TV set. You can stay connected to us through social media at BronxNet TV. We've got you covered like a blanket. That's what we do. That's how we do it. Leading things off, our first guest is a philanthropist and an author. He's here with us to speak about his book, Prove 'Em Wrong. Go on and prove 'em wrong. Autobiography highlighting his journey from Jamaica to the United States, and his struggles also, his triumphs also, and his role as a father. Please welcome to the show, Andrew Minott. Andrew, welcome.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Andrew, tell us about this journey from Jamaica to the United States. How did that look for you? How did that work for you?
Wow, it didn't start out too good, because I can tell you that much. As I detail in the book, everything changed. My dad, we were supposed to be in New York with him. When I left Jamaica, he ended up shipping us to New Jersey. I ended up have to fend for myself. Everyone basically left me, and I wanted to go back home to Jamaica, but then my uncle had other ideas, and I ended up joining the Navy from Newark, New Jersey, then got stationed in California. Went around the world on an aircraft carrier.
Whoa. What, you were in a battle group, right? What battle?
Yeah.
Was that the Roosevelt battle group?
No, I was on a Pacific cruise. I was on the Westpac, so I was stationed in San Diego, California. So I was on a Western Pacific Battle Group 7, I think it was.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, thank you for your service.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And then from there, went where?
Yeah, and from the Navy, I headed back, supposedly going back home to New Jersey, and then stopped in Texas to see my sister, stay there for a year, and things shifted a little bit. Then I moved on and went to college in Daytona, and from college, then I came to Miami in the hopes of going back to New Jersey. But a friend of mine from the Navy, his mom lived in Miami, and she said, "Why don't you stay here?" And I've been here since 1991.
There you go. You ever go back to visit?
Yeah, I've been back because my uncle lived there. My brother that used to live there, he had moved to Arizona, and he just recently passed. But my uncle stays in East Orange in Jersey. So I was there last year. I went back and I saw him. Yeah.
So you're sharing your story with others because?
Basically, the struggles of a single father, pretty much, especially like Black single fathers, we get a bad rep that we're bad deadbeat, and we don't provide for our children, and we do all these other negative things, and the whole thing that follows us. And basically, I'm trying to show that I'm stopping the negative stereotypes and basically show that there's a lot of us out here that do things a lot for children, and we go through a lot of struggles and we fight through a lot of red tape and all things that goes with it to make sure that our children are good. But sometimes you have obstacles along the way that basically lead you to feel like you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. And I detail a lot of that in the
Yeah.
book because my whole personal life is detailed in this book. A lot of
Yeah.
things.
So, but the most important thing that you want people to know is what? What's the takeaway here?
Basically, no matter what you go through, no matter what adversity, you can always survive and rise above all of that. You know, because it's like been there, done that. There's nothing that I've not been
Mm-hmm.
through. Been there, immigrant, joined the military, doing successful shows, concerts, having 20, 30,000 people attending, the biggest names in reggae dancehall attending, getting in trouble,
Yeah.
getting locked up, going away to prison, coming back, still basically being there for my children, still doing
Yeah.
successful concerts afterwards. And no matter what, nobody can tell you you can't do something. You can always rise above all the negative stereotypes and come out above. So I'm just here to tell people that as a single father, I've done so many things in my life. I've, you know, from basically nothing to something, nothing back to something. It's a roller
That's the
coaster,
ups and
but
downs, right?
yeah, the
Yeah.
ups and
And
downs. But I'm still here, though. I'm still here.
You've been through a lot, and we praise you, soldier. Thank you so much. How many children do you have?
I have 4 children, 3 boys, 1 girl.
And that's a heavy load. That's a lot of work right there.
It is, especially
One
because
is
my
a
first
lot.
2 sons. Yep,
Yeah.
it is. It is. Because my first 2 sons are with my first wife,
Yeah.
and those are the boys I fought to get back, and I basically raised them. And when I got in trouble and went away, I was forced to left them, and it was hard. It was really hard, but that's what kept me going when I was locked up. And I detail all that in the book. Prior to that, I was, I was going around having a very successful life,
Yeah.
basically. You know, I was in a relationship with a very famous person who's actually in the headlines right now. I won't say who it is.
But
If you
she's in
want
your
to know,
book.
it's in the book.
She's in your book. You will find out. You don't have to say who she is. So all we have to
Yeah,
do is pick up your book, right? We'll find out that and a whole lot more.
pick up the book.
But I have to
See,
commend you because
pick up the book. It's right here.
yeah, I'm going to get into that. But, I have to commend you because you can't begin to take care of children until you can first begin to take care of yourself. When did you realize that when you were locked away?
It was tough because I even detail in the book it was so hard to write that part of my life
Yeah.
because I was very embarrassed. I was because I felt so stupid getting caught up in what I got caught up in. I was so naive. I was so trusting of people, and
Yeah.
but it learned me a lesson though. It taught me a big lesson that
You learned a
basically,
lot. You learned a whole lot.
yeah, I learned a lot. It is a lesson well learned. I tell you that much. I paid for it with a lot,
Yeah.
financially, mentally, spirit, everything within my life. I was like, it was the lowest of low I could have ever gone. I never thought I would even come back out on top. I was like, my life was over, But
Yeah. Did you think about writing that book while you were in prison?
no, no, never did. I never. The book was basically my publicist's idea because I was working with a rapper when I met him, Mr. Angelo Ellaby, and
Oh, yeah, yeah. All right.
yeah, and he told me, he said, "Why'd you write it?" I said, "Nobody wants to hear my story. Why? Why gotta do that?" And so said, so done. Here I am, because I pretty much listened to him. So
Yeah. And now everybody wants to pick the book up. How did you come up with the name? Prove them wrong. I mean, it makes sense, but
it was like in the book I detailed from my upbringing when my grandparents raised me.
yeah,
I always had to be proving something to somebody. For whatever reason, I don't even know why my life became like that.
yeah,
But it was a disappointment after disappointment. Like in the book, talk about my first major disappointment when my grandmother disappointed me, and I had to like prove something to her. I proved something to my mom because my dad wasn't there. So that's why I had to like cut the cycle in the regards to being there for my sons, because prior to my 18th birthday, I saw my dad maybe 5 times,
Wow.
and
Yeah.
you know, and 2 of those 5 times he either was beating me or working me like a dog.
Yeah.
So, and it was basically I had to make sure I take a stand and say, you know what, I'm not going to perpetuate this cycle, especially with the stereotype with black single fathers and all that. So I made sure I was there for my sons throughout all the tribulations I went through. I made sure I was there.
Andrew, you've been through a lot. What would you tell others? Because a lot of people have that same story, single parent, maybe some of the things that you spoke about, in and out of jail and all that stuff, and hitting the highest of highs and the lowest of lows, and coming back and taking care of their family, standing up, being a man and say, this is my purpose in life. Really, this is what I have to do. I have these children and I have to take care of these children. And I have to, of course, make a living in order to do that. So you have the book out, you toured the world and everything. What advice would you give to a young person interested in, getting involved in maybe becoming an artist, whether it be writing or singing or rapping on stage?
I'll give them the advice that my cousin gave to me, the one who actually initially I was telling to write this book, Sugar Minott. I will say this: be true to yourself and make sure you love what you do. If you get into the entertainment industry, make sure you truly love it, because it will certainly never always be glamorous. And if you don't truly love it, you're gonna start hating it, hating people, hating your life, because you're gonna be like, why did I do this? I don't want, because if you're doing it for a different reason, make sure you truly love it and love what you do. And everything will fall into place. Because when I got that advice to make sure I love music before I got into it, I didn't understand what the question was. And then as soon as I got more, my cousin said, see, that's what I'm talking about. Make sure you truly love this.
Yeah.
And I took his advice and I fell in love with music. And basically that's why everything seems so easier going forward.
No, I hear you. Somebody once came to me and tapped on a microphone. They said, you know what this is all about? You know what this is all about? And my dumb ass at the time said, yes, a microphone, to myself.
Yeah.
But you come to find out later on, as you grow in the business and grow in life and become more passionate about what you want to do in life, that microphone means a whole lot. I mean, you're influencing and persuading people to move in a certain direction, and it goes bigger than that. We'll speak about that at another time. But yes, I see what you're saying. You stick to your craft and just go for it. Go all the way. You just got to be passionate about it and love it. I hear what you're saying.
Exactly.
Do I see a book tour on the horizon? What's going on with that? We're gonna come get a book signed somewhere.
Yeah, actually, when the book came out February 1st, I did a book launch signing in Miami, in collaboration with Reggae Month, Inner Circle, and it was very successful. I surprised myself actually. So with that, my publicist and I, we're setting up a tour. I also want to go to Jamaica, where it all started, basically.
All right.
To give back and talk to a lot of kids and visit different like prisons, homes, whatever it is I have to do, because if I can inspire a few people, I'm good. That's the main objective. It's about helping others too.
And what are you gonna name that tour?
Proven Wrong Tour.
There you go. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. The Proven Wrong Tour.
Prove everybody wrong. Everybody that ever doubted you. Everybody who said you couldn't do something. You're gonna prove all of them wrong. That, you know what, I can do this. I can rise above every obstacle and come out of it. That's
Give me the website. Give me the website, social media, and everything, and I got a wrap.
Yeah, my website is www.anchorminott, my last name, anchorminott.com. And all my social media handles are Drew Minott. My Instagram at Drew Minott, my Twitter, my Facebook everything is all Drew Minott.
Yeah. Andrew Minott, author. Prove him wrong, baby. Nice talking to you, all right?
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. We'll take a quick break right here. I've got more open coming up next.
Even though we didn't grow up together, he's my favorite brother.
Hey, sis.
I'm the baby of the family, and he's the gentle giant.
What you know about Port Georgia?
Man, please, that's a classic.
You know when they say people are a rare breed? Yeah, he's that.
I'm sorry, I'll be back in a few hours.
Don't worry, Shug, you know I'm for you.
I know.
Go get the football.
That was my favorite memory. He was always for you. This is a true story of me, Bridget Floyd, and this guy, George Perry Floyd Jr., my big brother.
I'll see y'all.
After a basketball game, a black teenage boy, Brandon, reads his texts in his family group chat. Auntie Flo, congrats on the big win. Mom, that's my baby. Brandon replies, thanks y'all. In a park, his sister Maya texts, where are we celebrating? Dad replies, home. Mom texts, I got dinner going. Auntie Flo replies, ooh, I can't wait. Then receives a FEMA flood watch text alert. She texts the family, anyone see that weather alert? We need a plan to stay safe, especially after last year. Ready has a list of resources at ready.gov/plan. In his workshop, Dad sends a photo of emergency supplies and texts, looks like we need flashlights and batteries. Leaving a store with a shopping bag, Brandon replies, I got us covered. Mom texts, I'll check in with Grandma and Papa. Maya texts, thanks Auntie, feeling good about this plan.
Got some batteries
Auntie Flo replies, love y'all, we gotta stay safe. Later, the family
feel like he gets taller every time I see you.
Stay connected. Plan for that.
Congratulations,
Ready.gov/plan.
¿Qué color? Perfecto, mijo.
Gracias. Thank you.
What's wrong, mijo?
Donating to a pet's medical care is one of the many ways you can help families in your community. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
Most hiring algorithms would scream me out.
Some bosses couldn't see me as a leader.
I've run this place for 20 years, but I still need to prove that I'm more than what you see on paper.
I've been running code as long as I've been able to reach a keyboard.
This is what I do. It's second nature for me, coordinating 100 details at once.
It's the way my mind works. I have a very mechanical brain.
I sold them on my skills.
You gotta be so good they can't ignore you.
My magic is
analytics and empathy. That's how I'm getting clients. You have to have the confidence in yourself to show up and defy the odds.
I am more than who I am on paper.
I never got a college degree. And today, I'm the CEO of my own company. People want to tell me I'm one in a million, when actually I'm one of millions. Stars are all around us. It's time for them to shine.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS. You are watching Open. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for checking it all out. Our next guests are financial literacy specialists and CEOs of Essentials ABC Solutions, and they reflect on how they gain financial security and provide tips. We got all the tips you ever want to need right here on how others can develop their own wealth plan for financial flexibility. So please welcome to the show, Tevin, Facey, and Natalie Ortega. We welcome.
Hi. How you doing? How you doing, Dr. Bob?
Good, good. Listen, how did you guys get involved and how did you guys meet? Give us the history, give us the foundation, and bring it in.
So we actually met at an old job, right? And it's kind of like love and financial literacy together, right? So
Yeah.
met at an old job, we became friends, right? And the story of friendship rolling over, and with us becoming friends, we actually learned about something in real estate together with financial literacy. So somebody came in, he actually spoke to Natalie herself and was like, hey, this is the way how you can get into real estate. You can start using these business credit cards, open up an LLC, and you can go ahead and get, actually get started in real estate. He did that, and she automatically dove forward and basically.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, he came in. He was buying furniture for his property, and he was telling me how he was able to acquire, because I saw when I was doing his finances for him to purchase his furniture, I saw that he had multiple mortgages and he would close them out. And he was like, I do business funding. I fund myself, then I resell it off again. So he told me how to start an LLC to start getting funding. He told me to go get a LLC, a business, open a bank account, apply for a credit card. And I did it within the same week. And then when he came back to get his stuff, I told him I was done. I was like,
what's next?
What's next?
You said, well, I found I found out how to work this thing here.
Right.
Let's see if we can apply more. So once you get into something like that, it propels you to go deeper and deeper and get more involved and see how this money thing works. I was going to say team. This money team works.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
So with that being said, right, obviously we further delved into that education because we wanted to learn. We did more research. We kept learning because obviously, he told us to wait. So we were learning and researching, and then we stumbled upon getting our own type of funding, right? We actually had our daughter 2017, April 9th. Mm-hmm. And obviously for me, that was a propellant because, I just wanted to ensure that nothing, no time was wasted when it came to her being born and making sure that, we all spent time together as a family. So with that being said, I said, no, I really need to take this up. I need to kick it up a notch.
Yeah.
And I think in like 2019, she actually got funded herself. What was it, about 170,000 or something like that?
About that, yeah.
Just with business credit cards alone. So
I'm hanging out with you.
I implemented when you told me. I was already ready to go get the funding because I needed 2 years to be in business. And that literally propelled me from me taking those steps. By the time this opportunity came, it was go time.
Yep.
Did you receive the money before you guys started your own business, Essential Solutions ABC?
Yes.
No, was it?
Yes.
Yes.
Essential ABC Solution was started last year after of COVID.
Yeah. So we got the money.
You guys are working you're so deeply involved that everything is ABC 1, 2, 3, beginning, middle, and end.
I mean, we have Essentials ABC, we have Essentials ABC Solutions, and our very first companies are pretty much Facey Mutual.
Right.
And then you have the Academy. How would you describe the Millionaire Essentials Academy?
So the Millionaire Essentials Academy is basically an academy teaching about funding, right? So the same thing in the sense of what we do and what we did in order to get to the places that we're at now, right? We're actually sitting in one of our properties alone that we actually use business funding to purchase. And now we have a property that's producing income for us every single month, right? So Millionaire Essentials Academy, it teaches you about the funding. It teaches you how you can go ahead and use this funding blueprint to now become a funder yourself, right? You can become a broker in your sense. If that's not something you want to do, but we teach you the exact basics on how you can get the funding for yourself. And that's the very important part.
So we pretty much teamed up with another financial literacy coach that was in New York, and it was Brandon. So now it's Millionaire. His company was Millionaire, and ours was Essential. So it just came hand in hand, Millionaire Essentials.
Yeah. So do you guys go and speak at the different schools or do the seminars in person? I know you do the webinars.
We're working on that. We do free webinars online.
Yeah.
Every Tuesday at 8 p.m.
And what do people learn? Because some people want to start. They start from the beginning. Because I want to know how to get this. I want to know how to save some money and how to get involved with what you guys are into. How do they become a millionaire? They got to start from the bottom. Now you're here.
Exactly, right? So, obviously there's foundational steps, right? With the foundational steps that you have to take, personal credit is the most important foundational step, right? Yeah. Understanding what personal credit is, understanding how you can build your personal credit, and then from there, how you can leverage your personal credit. So it's those three steps, right? Understanding, building, and then leveraging.
Yeah. What about streams of income? I spoke to a person who started WBLS. His name was Percy Sutton, and I was interviewing him. And he said, people think I'm a jack of all trades and a master of none. I said, well, why do you think that? He says, because they see that I'm doing a lot of different things. But to me, it's all business, and it's streams of income. He said, I have about 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 businesses. If 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 fail, I'm still in business. Talk about that. How important are the streams of income?
So streams of income is definitely important, right? So for us, our first stream of income for sure was funding, right? So we understood how to get funding. We understood how to get funding for people. So that was our first stream of income, and that's still our stream of income today. But other streams of incomes that we have is real estate, is trucking, is home healthcare, right? We started a home healthcare business. So these different streams of income on Amazon, FBA, these different streams of income is something that is able to allow us to keep propelling in the right direction, right? But the most important thing that I said was understanding what your first stream of income was and putting the majority of your energy into it so that then you can grow to get other streams of income.
Yeah. A lot of people spend way over their heads. They may make this much money, but they spend this much money.
Yeah.
So the leveraging is off. Can you speak to that?
Yeah. So and this,
we can speak to that because we experienced it.
Yeah.
We had so many, I guess, businesses open, and then with time, we eventually partner up. So instead of us doing it together, and it was just putting a dwelling on us, we ended up teaming up with other people, and it made the burden of having so many companies open not so hard.
Yeah.
But you can over leverage yourself.
You can.
If you don't team up with the right people, because you have to give your energy to every stream of income that's coming in.
Not only that, especially understanding how to actually build and grow a business, that's very important, because once you start and learn how to build and grow one business, then you can obviously do that for multiple business to comes. But it's very important that you understand that one.
Yeah. And there's something called strategic leveraging for business.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we do.
That's what you do.
Yes, we're strategic leveragers at its best, because with being strategic leveragers, right, you have to understand how you can continuously keep growing, right? It's not just about one growth. It's about how you can grow and grow and grow, right? So obviously strategically leveraging our credit so that we can get the funding to put into these businesses.
Yeah. And you guys use a 3-step process, right?
Yes, right. So like I said, with the 3-step process, it's the same thing. Like I said, understanding the credit, building the credit, and leveraging the credit. Yeah. Those are the foundational keys that you need when it comes to business funding, because then now once you get business funding, you can start any business and grow any business.
All right. We're in the money. We're in the money. Where can we go for more information to find out everything that you guys are doing and get involved with the money?
Of course. So you can definitely follow us on Instagram at Essentials ABC Solutions. Literally, it's just our name, at Essentials ABC Solutions. You can find her at Nat You're Speechless on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter.
As Essentials ABC.
Essentials ABC Solutions. EssentialsABCSolutions.com.
Has all our information on there.
All of our information. And we also want to give a big shout out to Lenny Green. He's the one who actually put us here.
Good.
Yes, and Bulayan, they definitely introduced us to you guys to be able to bring us up onto this platform. So those are very major keys. But Lenny Green is our guy, man.
Yeah,
we appreciate him for years.
Well, then we're family, because that's my radio brother.
Oh man, that's beautiful.
Yeah, I come on right after him every night on WBLS.
Got you, Doc.
He makes me number one. His show's number one, so it makes my show number one.
Of course, of course.
Hey, nice meeting you guys. All right.
Yes, nice meeting you as well, man.
Got the CEOs.
Yes,
The specialists are in the house. Natalie and Tevin. We appreciate you guys,
And if
man.
they want to get the free webinar,
yeah, the free webinar. They can catch us on the free webinar. We do a free webinar every week. And text free game, FREEGAME to 917-809-5707.
I love it, man. Thank you guys. Thanks for showing up. All right. And
Yes.
always welcome back.
Yes, thank you so much. Appreciate it once again.
Got to get rich.
pretty much.
All right. We'll take a quick break right here. I've got more open coming your way next. Up the Doc Bob Lee, BLS Open. Here we go.
Most hiring algorithms would scream me out.
Some bosses couldn't see me as a leader.
I've run this place for 20 years, but I still need to prove that I'm more than what you see on paper.
I've been running code as long as I've been able to reach a keyboard.
This is what I do. It's second nature for me, coordinating 100 details at once.
The way my mind works, I have a very mechanical brain.
I sold them on my skills.
You gotta be so good they can't ignore you.
My magic is
Analytics and empathy. That's how I'm getting clients. You have to have the confidence in yourself to show up and defy the odds.
I am more than who I am on paper.
I never got a college degree. And today, I'm the CEO of my own company. People want to tell me I'm one in a million, when actually I'm one of millions. The stars are all around us. It's time for them to shine.
I'll see ya.
After a basketball game, a black teenage boy, Brandon, reads his texts in his family group chat. Auntie Flo, congrats on the big win. Mom, that's my baby. Brandon replies, thanks y'all. In a park, his sister Maya texts, where are we celebrating? Dad replies, home. Mom texts, I got dinner going. Auntie Flo replies, ooh, I can't wait. Then receives a FEMA flood watch text alert. She texts the family, anyone see that weather alert? We need a plan to stay safe, especially after last year. Ready has a list of resources at ready.gov/plan. In his workshop, Dad sends a photo of emergency supplies and texts, looks like we need flashlights and batteries. Leaving a store with a shopping bag, Brandon replies, I got us covered. Mom texts, I'll check in with Grandma and Papa. Maya texts, thanks Auntie, feeling good about this plan.
I got some batteries
Auntie Flo replies, love y'all, we gotta stay safe. Later, the family
feel like you get taller every time I
supplies at
see
home. Stay connected. Plan for that. Ready.gov/plan.
Dear moms and dads, what you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
You know it's true.
Mom, we love you always.
Everything I do.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
¿Qué color? Perfecto, mijo.
Gracias. Thank you.
What's wrong, mijo?
Donating to a pet's medical care is one of the many ways you can help families in your community. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
You can now watch MNN, Brick TV, QPTV, and SIC TV on BronxNet. Tune in to BX Omni, Channel 67 Optimum, 2133 Fios during most Sunday evenings. We'll show you some amazing content from our friends at Manhattan Neighborhood Network, Brick TV in Brooklyn, Queens Public Television, and Staten Island Community Television. Every borough represented in the Boogie Down. Epic partnerships for the ages. And catch our new Next channel, produced in partnership with MNN, 24/7 on BronxNet Channel 952 Optimum and 2138 Fios.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee from BLS. You are watching Open. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for checking it all out. Got to give a big shout out to KRS-One and the whole crew, the HHA crew. That's the Hip Hop Alliance crew. Go to hiphopalliance.org and you find out more about that. But he received the Percy Sutton Award for Excellence in Albany. That was for the caucus weekend. Congratulations once again. All right, our next guest is a jazz pianist, and she joins us to speak about her album, Groovitude. Shed some light on the project. why it was so important to her, and reflects on its early success. So please welcome to the show, Hey Rim Jeon. Hey Rim, how are you?
Hi, nice to see you again.
Nice to
How have
see
you
you.
been?
Good, good. What have you been since the last time we met?
Oh my goodness, you've been so busy. So I met you in October, I believe, when we had the interview. It was such a thorough and wonderful interview that you explained how important this project was, because I was tributing to my father who passed away after battling for a long time, and you show the photos and all good things about the my album. Now since then I've been playing and kept promoting this album, and now it's been on the Jazz Week, which is radio, jazz radio, the top 20 for consecutive weeks now. And I've been, promoting for the shows. And now I will be playing in New York and Boston for the CD album release. And the one that is coming up is this Friday in Scholar Jazz Club. We call the #1 jazz club in Boston.
Yeah.
Going to be in a DoubleTree Hotel in Cambridge. So I'll be having my concerts this February 24th, Friday, 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. And follow up, I will be playing in New York. That's the main reason I wanted to be on your show today.
All right.
Because I'll be playing in a Birdland Jazz Club, the legendary Birdland Jazz Club.
Yes.
And I'll be playing in March 7th. And that will be Tuesday, 5:30 to 7 p.m. So I'll be playing one night, and it will be a really great show.
I'm
very looking forward to.
We would love to come down and be a part of that. You know how many wonderful artists have performed at Birdland? And now you're there? What? All right.
Actually, I played their last album release as well. So I'm returning to Birdland. So I'm very excited about that.
So this one's called Groovitude.
Sure. Yeah.
How did you come up with that name?
Well, Groovitude is something I made up. Groove plus attitude. So everyone have their own groove, in my opinion. And I'm coming up with all these jazz standards and very well-known, including a Korean folk song and also well-known songs, having my own groove and also my attitude into the song, and made a very special arrangement with the songs. So I came up with this name, Groovitude. It's something very fun and something happy, and when people to listen to just simply enjoy and dance with me. Yeah,
well, we're going to definitely do that for sure. Now, your family was very, very instrumental in helping you in your career, right? Talk about that. How did that work for you?
Sure. Actually, the musical talent, I would say, gift comes from my mom's side. She was a traditional dancer, Korean dancer, and she also is a very natural singer. She has never been a professional singer, but she would have been very successful if she chose to do it, I believe. But my father, of course, as a businessman, and who was supporting everything that I've done since I was young, he had never questions about my choice of doing a music career. And I always had the great support from my both parents, my mom and father.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, I got to have that support. How important was it for you to release this album?
As I mentioned, I chose to be a music as my career. And I came to US when I was 18 years old. And I came to Berklee College of Music as an international student. And I happened to stay here and make music my career. So all this time, I was staying in Boston, staying in US. And I once in a while, I would go and see my parents. So this, all this time, they were great support. And we were very connected, even if we had a long distance. I had this dream of having my family, my parents coming and spending, my time with the rest of my life. And suddenly we, when I had the actual chance to do so, I find out my father had to cancel, so he couldn't really come. And we were helping each other. My mom was supporting him. in Korea right next to him and doing everything possible. And I was also supporting him here financially and everything else as much as I could. So we're family bond even has more stronger because of the experience. And I believe a lot of people who had the same experience as mine would understand what I mean by that.
Yeah.
So releasing this album actually was very important because I got a faculty grant from Berklee College of Music where I teach. Yeah. And then that was the year that my father was almost getting close to his death. And I wanted to, he wanted to hear this something very soothing, album. And I wanted to, just to be frankly telling you, I didn't think I had, even though I released a couple of CDs before, I didn't really feel that I had some kind of album that my father just put on the CD and then listen the whole day and just enjoy. It was more academic, in my opinion. It was very musician-oriented music. So I had this determination. I want to produce something for my father, for people like my father who may not be maybe not a musician, but who loves music, who wants to support music, and maybe they even love music more than musicians because they know the lyrics. Music touched their lives and means so much to them. Yeah. And I started thinking, what songs can I actually produce? What kind of album do I want? And that was my main goal. So whole album, just listen and enjoy and not thinking about too much of a musicality. So that's what this came up.
I'm sure they're very, very proud of you. You know, you touch their lives, they touch your lives, and it's like a circle of love. You're giving it back.
Yes, definitely.
How did you feel when your album hit high on the charts? You said, wow, look at this.
Well, it still keep going up. I hope it goes up. Only the means to me is more people will pay attention to the album, not because of the numbers. But like last week, because of the Grammy Award, I'd be like, wow, maybe no one will be interested in my album anymore. Maybe it's off the chart. And when I saw it was still standing still in the top 20. And all these, the other albums that I saw, top 10 or top 20 was like a Carolyn Carrington who just got the Grammy Award, or Samara Joy. So I was very proud. Wow, my album still is one of those charts.
Yeah.
So I was very happy to see that. So hopefully I can have a more chance to have more radio stations to share my music. So I can share my music with more people as much as I can.
Beautiful. So we're looking forward to seeing you perform.
March 7th.
Right.
March 7th to Jazz, the Birdland Jazz Club. And this is very special because the Korean Cultural Center, New York, they supported me to promote. So I hopefully Korean community, and as long as the Bronx community and all other community of people show up and support each other and get to know them. And I'm very looking forward to the opportunity.
There you go. Thank you so much. Give me information where we can go and find out more about everything that you're doing, because I want to know more about you.
Of course. The best place to go is my own website. Official website is myname.com. So heyrimjeon.com, HeyRimjeon.com. And of course, I have all the social media that you can reach: Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, everything. So if you want to reach me out, I would love to get to know you in person and sharing my story. And I want to hear your stories. The music is all about our life.
And can you teach me the piano?
Of course.
You crack your knuckles before you go on? No.
Yes, of course. I'm sure you already know how to play. You play very, very well.
Jazz pianist, Rim Jeon, thank you so much for all you do. Looking forward to seeing you in person.
Thank you so much.
All right. We'll take a quick break right here. I've got more open. It's all coming your way next.
Most hiring algorithms would scream me out.
Some bosses couldn't see me as a leader.
I've run this place for 20 years, but I still need to prove that I'm more than what you see on paper.
I've been running code as long as I've been able to reach a keyboard.
This is what I do. It's second nature for me, coordinating 100 details at once.
The way my mind works, I have a very mechanical brain.
I sold them on my skills.
You gotta be so good they can't ignore you.
My magic is
Analytics and empathy. That's how I'm getting clients. You have to have the confidence in yourself to show up and defy the odds.
I am more than who I am on paper.
I never got a college degree. And today, I'm the CEO of my own company. People want to tell me I'm one in a million, when actually I'm one of millions. Stars are all around us. It's time for them to shine.
Dear moms and dads, what you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
You know it's true.
Mom, we love you always.
Everything I do.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
I'll see ya.
After a basketball game, a black teenage boy, Brandon, reads his texts in his family group chat. Auntie Flo, congrats on the big win. Mom, that's my baby. Brandon replies, thanks y'all. In a park, his sister Maya texts, where are we celebrating? Dad replies, home. Mom texts, I got dinner going. Auntie Flo replies, ooh, I can't wait. Then receives a FEMA flood watch text alert. She texts the family, anyone see that weather alert? We need a plan to stay safe, especially after last year. Ready has a list of resources at ready.gov/plan. In his workshop, Dad sends a photo of emergency supplies and texts, looks like we need flashlights and batteries. Leaving a store with a shopping bag, Brandon replies, I got us covered. Mom texts, I'll check in with Grandma and Pop-Up. Maya texts, thanks Auntie, feeling good about this plan.
I got some batteries.
Auntie Flo replies, love y'all, we gotta stay safe. Later, the family
feel like you get taller every time I
supplies at
see
home. Stay connected. Plan for that. Ready.gov/plan.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee. You are watching Open, and I'm going to talk to a young man who deals with the closest instrument to the human voice. You know what it is? It's the saxophone. He's a jazz saxophonist, and he joins us to speak about what inspired his album, Africa Rising, and much, much more. We've got it all for you right here on Open. So please welcome to the show, André Ward. André, welcome.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for taking the time. I appreciate it.
Well, you know we got to take the time. It's a circle of love.
Yes.
What goes around comes around, and we've been kicking out love, and we're getting back love. And thank you for joining us once again.
Thank you.
André, you've been doing this for some time. Give us some history.
Well, you know, very fortunate to have had the opportunity growing up in the Chicago area. And there was a thriving arts program within the public school system, which is so important as we continue to motivate and create young artists. And it was during that time that I had the opportunity to try some different instruments, tried the snare drum, tried the trumpet, but it was when I picked up the saxophone that I just felt that connection. And from there, you know, I've been just trying to build on it.
I wish I can come around and tour with you a little bit. I know how to play the tambourine a little bit.
Hey, it's all music. You know, music is universal language. So the sound of the tambourine is just as important as the guitarist. It's all in the ingredients.
Or you make it and I'll play it. So put me on the side with some turntables. So it's been a wonderful experience. What stands out in your mind on some of the things you've come through? Because everything is not like up and up all the time. You know, you got to come through some things. Talk about some of the things you've come through.
Yeah, you know, music is universal language. But music, the creation of music, the performance of music is through your experiences. And so for me, it's just been so invigorating of really taking those life experiences and then putting them into the creation of the music, into the live performances, because it is a universal language. And as a musician, I've always said, if my music, or if you can't touch the listener or audience, then we have not completed our job. And so there has to be that connection. And so it's just very rewarding for me to really have that connection.
You know, there was a time in this country where drums weren't allowed. And of course, a lot of that came from Africa.
Mm-hmm.
So we got into something else, because drums are like a form of communication. And it's still that call and response thing going on, right? In today. But drums back in the day is a form of communication, so they didn't allow it. So, you know, we're resilient people, so we came up with spirituals. Wade in the water.
That's right.
Wade in the water. Yeah, you know the song. So, and that song had meaning too. Those spirituals have meaning. If you're gonna run away, get in the water so the hound dogs won't sniff you out, and you're more likely to get away. How important? What's the significance of the music that you're doing, coming from Africa, and you have it wrapped up in your album? How important was that to have some of that from in your album?
Well, it's when we look at the entire project, and I really go back to thinking about the journey, the trials and tribulations, but Africa Rising was really constructed out of all of us really working together, Black and brown people, to really empower us to be successful, really empower us and support us to have that Black and brown excellence, because it really takes all of us merging together to really continue that support. And so it's really about empowering all of us to be successful, but supporting each other, because it takes a journey and it takes a village.
Yeah. Let's take a look at this piece right here, and then we'll come back and talk about it. Wow. Talking about tranquility, the most melodic word in the English dictionary. I was like, whoa, this feels so good here.
Thank you.
Where did it come from? Why, what's it all about?
So planet Earth, and we living here on planet Earth, I think we take for granted a lot of times the importance of our our resources around us. Whether it's the climate crisis, whether it's global warming, but those natural resources that we take for granted day in and day out, from just the air we're breathing to the water. And so we wanted to really put something together that was meaningful, to really kind of bring to light about the planet Earth. And again, whether we are trying to really help and preserve, or if there are so many other things going on, but it's really, you think about it, we're living on a planet that if we need to really take notice and pay attention, because it is about survival. And so we wanted to just show the different elements of dealing with our planet Earth and really respecting it and bringing some more awareness to it.
And do you add music to those things? How's it work together?
Well, there's kind of two, I would say, kind of two avenues to kind of paint that picture. One, again, music being universal language. What are the life experiences that myself and some of the other producers may have had to really bring this collaboration together? Two, then it's also a visual, and really taking some of those visual images, and then through those visual images, through life experiences, what creativity has kind of come out of it personally. And, with those two avenues and elements, this is what we came up with as far as the track Planet Earth. And Beautiful. Thank you.
I know you're going to be performing in a number of different places. We can't wait to come down and see you, maybe have a drink and eat some buffalo wings.
Looking forward to it. Absolutely looking forward to it. Right now, we are doing a lot of awareness campaign, letting everyone know about the new project. We are putting together a promotional tour, which should kick off a little bit later this year. And I am truly looking forward to coming to all the fair cities and really spending time with everyone, because I appreciate the love and support.
Yeah, everything will be posted up, right? We'll get a chance to see it on your website.
Yes, I tried to make everything easy. So IG, the Instagram, the Facebook, and the website is at André Ward Music. And so you should be able to find it right there.
André Ward Music. André, the jazz saxophonist, with the album Africa Rising. We thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for your contributions to the world.
I thank you for having me, and continued success on what you're doing.
Thank you so much. Oh, wow. It's funny how time flies when you're having fun, André.
That's right. I am so thankful for all the support. It's been truly amazing, but it goes back to what you said. It's a circle. It's a cycle. It's a circle of love. It's a cycle of love. You have to pay it back, and you have to give back when it's being received, because I know I'm truly sitting here because of mentors and teachers and positive influences in my life. So we have to give it back.
Thank you for all you do. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. That's about all we have for today's show. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for checking it all out. I'm Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS, and you're watching Open. And check this out. Whether you say you can or you can't, either way, you're right. What you are is God's gift to you. What you make of yourself is your gift to God. So choose your choice. Let your choice control the chooser. I'll catch you another day, another way. I love you all. Peace.